birthday card, evidently, with the big happy birthday down there, using papers and decoupage sheet that I have printed from this fabulous CD by Debbie Moore. I really love Debbie Moore's CDs, and I really like this Stitch and Friends one. This particular one is Cute and Cuddly. She does do a selection of the Stitch and Friends, like Valentine, etc. We're going to be using that, and I've already printed out a number of the papers, and I've used just a really nice photo quality paper, and I've also got some card and mirror card. That's my decoupage sheet, as you can see, really cute image, so I'm really liking that. And then I've got some hunky dory card. I may or may not use all of these. I just selected some colours that I thought went quite nicely with the colour combo. And then we've got the 8x8 card base, and this particular one has a scalloped edge, so that will look really cool as well. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is cut out all my elements on my decoupage sheet. As they say in all the best programs, here's one I did earlier, and as you can see, it cuts out really nicely. Base star and all my layers. So now we need to glue these together to make our decoupage. So I'm going to use my trusty 3D glue gel, which I love, as you all know. What I want to do is take the first piece first, but obviously, but I want to curve these very slightly. So I'm just looking, this should do the trick. I've got a little tool here just to curl these over my, just to give it a little bit of shape. And then we'll just take my glue gel, and we're going to put the biggest amount in the middle here, and then slightly thinner pieces at the side, and then pop him into place. And what you can see is when you turn it from the side, you get that kind of curve, so it gives it a little bit more kind of dimension, a different sort of dimension, which is really cool. So then the next piece, use my tool just to give it a bit of curve, and then most amount of glue gel in the middle where I want it to be the highest, and then just a smaller piece at the side just so it sticks down. And there we go. So then we've got our lovely decoupage bear, so we've got some really nice dimension on that, so we need to let that sit and set. So we've got this gorgeous mirror card that's got a lovely pattern on it, which works really well, and this is by Kanban, and it's called the Colour Textile Collection, and this one is Tudor. It's just one that I happened to see when I was looking for some mirror cards, so we're going to put that on there. So we're just going to take a pencil and mark that so we can cut that to size. Okay. So mark there for that side, and then probably about here, I think. So we'll get our paper cutter and cut that to size, and that fits. Okay, so I'm just going to use some ATG. Go. So put that down. I'm going to turn it over and press. Perfect. And I'm going to put a piece of coloured card in here, one of these here, and I think I'm going to use this piece here. Let's have a look. Okay, let's try the darker piece. Let's see if I like that looking through. It's what I'm trying to see is just how it peeks through the edges here, and I think I prefer the darker piece, so we're going to use that one. This one, because I'm doing it literally the size of the page, I'm just going to put my adhesive on the page and then stick that down and cut the excess off. Now I'm actually going to put that in the middle so that I absolutely definitely cover all the sides, because it's such a small amount I'm not going to be able to use it anyway, so I may as well be sure that I've actually got all these sides. Okay, so now we're just going to get my scissors. And I've got these lovely new Martha Stewart ones. I was determined, I'm fed up with my scissors keep being used for the wrong thing. So I got these so that I wouldn't forget. There we go, so that's all lovely cut, and then you just have that peeping out at the bottom. And now I need to do my next layer on there, which is my paper. And it's the one that I've printed out from the CD, which says Happy Birthday. And I want the Happy Birthday part, so I need to make sure that I get the right section. So I want to mark it from there. I want this piece to be on the page, so I need to make sure when I flip it that I mark the right pieces, so it's going to be that way, like that. There we go. So about there, and about there, I think. Put that to one side and see if this works. Yay, perfect. So then we'll stick that piece down. Perfect. Okay, now the one thing else I need to do is I need to put a smaller piece of tail card on the inside, because otherwise they're not going to be able to write. I'm just going to grab a piece of that and put a small square in place so that the message can be written. So I'm just going to mark, just as a rough guide, put that in place just down there. There we go. So that looks really cool. That just brings that all together, so I'm really pleased with that. Okay, so next we need to put our decoupage piece onto a piece of card to give it some weight and also a nice border. So I've decided to use the dark Hunky Dory that I use for the inside of my card as well. You could use the mirror board that you used before, but I actually don't have any more of that, so this I think will work just as well. So we're just going to pop that down on there and then cut that out. So make sure there's enough around the edge so that you can get the border. It's enough that it will stick down. And on this occasion I'm not doing it 3D, I'm just spreading it nice and thin, but making sure I get all the points. Let's pop the bear down. Now I've got to cut around our star, so let's just cut the excess off here to the side. Cutting, giving just a little border. Okay, so there's our bear all cut out on his ground, which you can hardly see here really, but it does show in life. It just gives a highlighting border to it, and it gives some weight to protect the bear, so because I need it to be strong. So I want to use this gorgeous sparkly ribbon, so let's cut this to size. So I want like a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, just so that it will wrap around the card, and then I don't need to go all the way around because that would be a waste of the ribbon. Okay. And then I think we'll do it as far as this edge as possible. So I'm just going to use my ATG to put some adhesive down. So there's a little bit down that side. And a little bit there. So it's going to be kind of on this second scallop. So then taking my ribbon, just sticking that on the adhesive, wrapping it around. It's gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon, I love this. And then just tucking it under the other side. So if I get another small piece, actually probably easier is just to knot it first and then cut it. Whoops. Now this is obviously only a single-sided, so we need to just make sure as we're knotting it that we get the knot so that the sparkle stands on the top. So as you take that around, you go underneath, you take that over the top, and then instead of going under like you normally would, like that which would make it come out wrong, as you go under, just twist it so that the ribbon hopefully will stay twisted. Oh, only I forgot to do it on that one. There we go. And just by twisting it like that, then the ribbon lies with the glitter up the right way for us, which is obviously what we want. And then just cutting off the excess. And now I'm going to go to the inside of my card and I'm going to attach my adhesive, attach my piece of card on to the inside. So we're just, again, using my ATG. We've got a really nice look on the inside of the card. It's really nicely finished. I think if we'd left that white, it would have looked a bit rubbish. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is my sentiment on the inside. Here we go, we're just going to place it and then rock. And that's made a lovely impression. However, the day I've got is, it says birthday in one word, so I am actually just going to snip this. I'm sure all of you will be going, oh no, but you know, you can still put it back together. It's not, you know, you don't have to have it in one piece to be able to put the two pieces like that on the blog. So you'll still have the same effect if you want to stamp it as one word, but I've now got the option without it being too difficult to ink up that edge. You could do it, and I have done it in the past, but if I can, it's easier to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to pop my stamp on there, and that's going to be, I reckon, about there. Hope for the best. There we go, looks good. Just fingers crossed it's in the right place. Now I wanted like a little dash, so I'm just trying to find something that I could use as a little dash. ST on there for the first or whatever you want, you know, like that. So what I thought I'd try and do is just ink up that it's quite, if I show you on here, it's got quite a long little line there, so I'm going to just try and ink up that little piece and then just use that for my dash. And then stamping that. Perfect, really pleased with that. Oh, I think in the capitals, I'm liking the capitals today. So I want to start with the R and work backwards. Now don't press them down when you start. I want to move them at all. I'm just going to turn it to face me a little bit, which I know makes it a bit squiffy for you guys, but I want to be sure that I'm putting this straight, and I need to watch this ink because it's still a little bit wet. Okay, and then we want an A. There we go, pleased with that. Yeah, and again you've got some dimension, which is really cool. Okay, so I've got some glitters. I've got 3 colours here. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. These are all Hunky Dory Diamond Sparkles. I've got Glamour Purple and I've got Fuchsia Pink. And again, I think that's a really nice colour and it goes really well with the tones in here. And then I don't know if I'll need this one. And this is Angel Whispers. This is just a clear glitter. And then I'm literally just going to run the zig along the edge of the star. Actually, as I'm holding this up, I'm going to turn this back over again and I'm going to sprinkle as we go along because the glue's not that brilliant at the moment. My glue's quite old, so if I leave it till I get all the way around the other side, it'll be too dry. And look at that, isn't that effective? Oh, that makes such a difference. Isn't that gorgeous? That makes such a difference, doesn't it? Gosh. Okay, we'll pop that to the back for a minute and we'll put our glitter back in. Next thing I want to do is the little bow on the top of the bear's head here. I thought that would be really fun to colour that in. And again, just to give it a bit of dimension. So I'm using a different Zig pen here. This is a rollable pen, so it's got a slightly different nib, which gives me a little bit more control. Hopefully, that's the theory anyway. And I'm trying to make slight separation between the middle knot of the bow and the two edges so that it's obvious that it is a bow and not just a blob of pink on the top of the head. And then we're using the fuchsia. If I can get it to tip. Ugh, I knew that would happen. Okay. So there we go, that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And then lastly, I am actually going to be ending up using the clear glitter. I'm going to just do some little highlights on the bear. A dot in the eye. And on the nose to give it a bit of a shine. And then on the ear. I'm just kind of doing on the bits that are kind of the white, the highlighted bits. Just to... There we go, let's see how that looks. Now if you've got a little bit more glue, like a bobble like I had on these, just give it a second before you shake off the glitter because it just needs a chance to soak in. Oh, missed his foot then nearly. There we go. And I do also want to do just a little bit on here as well, on the highlights of the actual bear. And then I want to just blob that with my finger a bit so that it's not like a hard line. And then take the glitter. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I've got these mini springs, again from Paper Mania, but I know that you can get them, similar things, all over. So I've not tried these before, so I'm curious when I open them how springy they feel. We just need to attach this to the back of our little element here. And hope it's pretty strong. Try and put it in the middle. Oh, that feels nice and strong actually. The final element is to put our little bear in position. So, again, peeling off this backing. And then placing him centrally. And again, I'm going to just turn this card. So on this, the point is at the top and these 2 points are at the bottom. And of course it will be slightly different because it's weighted in different ways. So then the other thing I want to do is just very slightly curve my points. Okay, so here's the finished card, all tidied up, and I think it's a really fun card. The way it moves and everything is just really cute. I'm really, really pleased with that. And then on the inside, we've got Happy Bear Day, which is fab. Okay, so thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!